We'll take it, Liz. Thank you. We should talk more about what's going on in Orange County at this hour, getting some ominous reports from there, especially over at UNC. They're tweeting out to students. They put out a Carolina alert. Take cover. The sirens are blaring.
Out there. Also, the National Weather Service, a spotter, actually observed a funnel cloud on the ground. Of course, our crews are scattered all over the viewing area, checking things out for you. We want you to stay safe, stay at home. Let's go out to Heather Wallaga. She's in our storm chaser in Orange County right now. Heather, what are you seeing?
Anna, Joel, a lot of action in the last 20-30 minutes or so since we've been in the car. Right now we're on I-85 North, headed towards Oxford, and if you can see in front of me, you see on the left side of your screen a lot of dark clouds, but then there on the right you see a little bit of blue sky starting to peek in. So we've seen a lot of heavy rain off and on, kind of coming in spurts, and this storm is traveling very fast, as Chris has said, so it's almost hard for us to keep up with it as we're trying to head that direction. As you mentioned, a funnel cloud spotted in Orange County. Right now, we're just seeing some light rain where we are. A little bit of debris on the highway is what we've been running into, but traffic moving at a normal pace for right now. But a little bit earlier, we were seeing lightning, a lot of thunder that we were hearing, people slowing way down, visibility very low. But right now, just a little bit of rain coming down. I did just get a tweet from the Orange County Emergency Services. They said no major damage reports at this time, but they are seeing a few trees down and utility lines down in some areas. So they are asking people to stay inside until this line passes. Stay off the road if you can, because they're not ideal at all for being on the road today. So we're going to keep driving around and letting you know what we see out here. But again, if you can see just in front of us, those clouds are moving pretty quickly, and we're starting to see a lot of blue sky where we are. So we'll keep an eye on the road and let you know what we find as we keep heading this direction north on 85 towards Oxford, and we'll check back with you in just a little bit.
Okay, Heather, thank you. Be safe out there, of course.
We want to turn our attention to Granville County, where there was a confirmed tornado on the ground. We have some fresh details just coming in. You're looking at a live feed. One of our Breaking News 1 vehicles just pulling up here on the scene. We are told by the Granville County Sheriff that one house has been destroyed. 3 or 4 others are damaged. As we pull up the scene here, you can see the sheriff on the scene here. The damage is at Huntsboro Road and Harold O'Brien Road near the Henderson-Oxford Airport. We're also told by the sheriff that someone was in a car that was hit by that storm that moved through. Heather Wallaga just pulling up here on the scene in Breaking News 1 to tell us what things are looking like on the drive through Granville County, and they're on the scene. Heather?
Hey, Steve. Yeah, we right now you can see that police have blocked off part of Huntsboro Road here, so we're not able to pass, so we can't tell what is beyond those sheriff deputies' cars down there. But what we can see just to the left, and we're trying to turn around so you can get a better view, off to the left here is what looks like a farm, and what looks like the roof of maybe some kind of carport is blown over. So all we know right now from the Granville County Sheriff is that one house was destroyed. We're hearing 3 or 4 more in this area have been damaged. And like you said, the sheriff also saying that one person who was supposedly in a car when this tornado touched down was also hit, but they are expected to be okay. So we'll try to give you a closer look here. We're just pulling off to the side of the road so you can see what looks like some of that building that is belonging to a farm. You can see toppled over here. Some of the equipment, it looks like it's laying on some of the equipment. You can see a tractor there off in the distance. That does not appear to be damaged. But again, we aren't sure if this is the area where that house was supposedly damaged that the Granville County Sheriff was telling us about. We can see over here an EMS vehicle pulling up. So we're going to try to get past this area here and get down the road a little further and let you know what we're seeing, our pictures going in and out. So we'll try to get back to you as soon as we can get a better connection. Steve.
Heather Wallaga just now arriving on this scene. This is Granville County, where the sheriff tells us one house was destroyed, 3 or 4 others damaged. Heather Wallaga just trying to make sense of it all right now. Heather, what do you see?
Steve, this is pretty incredible. We just rolled up here a few minutes ago, and look behind me here. Trees just split in half, power lines down. This house behind me, you can see that one of the trees just went right through the roof. And I actually talked to the son of the woman who lived here. An 80-year-old woman was inside when that tornado touched down here. She was hiding in the bathroom, and she told her son she heard what was a loud boom. And so she ran to the bathroom. She got into the bathtub, called her son, and waited until it had passed. But this isn't the only house on the street affected here. We'll kind of go across the area. You can see at least 3 more houses on this road that have also been affected. The house over here to my right, the roof just completely torn off. We've talked to a lot of people out here who are here to check on neighbors, a lot of them who weren't even in this area when this happened, coming to check on neighbors. We haven't been able to find anyone yet who lives here, who is still here at the time that this tornado went through, but police and Granville County Sheriff have just come through and roped up all of these houses with caution tape, and right now they're just surveying the damage. We have a lot of overturned cars here. Right past where I'm standing, you can see that large tree that has just fallen over. I'm told that there was actually a huge storage shed, and you can see that there is nothing there right now. So debris and cars littered all across the road right here. And Chris, if you can, turn this way really quickly. You can see that car that's being loaded onto the tow truck there. That car was flipped over against a tree when we arrived. We are told that someone was inside a car when this tornado touched down, but that they are okay. So we don't have confirmation that that was the car, but a lot of people around that area. So Steve, we just got here. We're going to be talking to more people and letting you know exactly what happened, trying to get some more eyewitness accounts of what actually happened here a little bit earlier. Steve?
All right, Heather, unfortunately we hear there are no significant injuries, obviously a lot of damage. People are going to have to piece together what is left of their homes. Heather Walliga, we'll check in with you again. We are getting reports of those power outages, lots of trees down, but the most significant damage we've seen is from a confirmed tornado touchdown in Granville County.
Heather Walliga joins us now, where there are reports of 3 to 4 homes damaged. Someone was hit by the tornado in a car, but that person is doing okay. Heather, behind you, I can see a lot of that damage. Tell us a little bit more about what you can see in that area in Granville County.
Tisha, Steve, the damage here is just incredible. This house behind me, you can see these massive trees that just crash right through the roof. When we talked to you earlier, we had just talked to the son of the 81-year-old woman who lived here, who was hiding in her bathroom when that tornado came through. And a few houses down, all of these houses down the street are damaged. This is the Huntsboro community, and we've been talking to a lot of residents in the area who were here when that tornado touched down. One of them is Dale Harrison. Dale, you described a little bit earlier to me what it was like. Tell us what it sounded like when the tornado came through, and where were you?
Well, at first I was in the living room, and it was like a big bang hit the side of the house, and then I knew something, and it felt like it was shaking. And so I ran and got in the hall and covered myself with a box, and it sounded like a train come through, and it was shaking, and I was shaking under the box. And it seemed like it lasted forever, but I'm sure it didn't, but it did seem like it. So I'm very thankful.
When it was all over, you said you came out to check on some of your neighbors. You knew the woman that lived here.
Yeah, she's kin to me, Ann Barnes, and so when I opened the front door, it was like, it just hit me, and it was like I was in a dream, and I saw the trees, like toothpicks broken in the houses, and I just couldn't believe it. I'm lucky, very lucky.
A dairy farm right down the road.
And my cousin Sears Day, his dairy farm, it's been in the family for years and years and years. Both of his silos were completely knocked down.
So what does it feel like that you were able to survive something like this? You said you'd never been anything like
I've never been, and I hope I never have to go in anything. It was scary by yourself. And like I said, this is the first time this has ever happened. And so it was very scary.
We're glad that everyone is okay, glad that you are okay. Dale, thank you very much for talking with us. And again, we are just trying to gather some more of these eyewitness accounts here in the Huntsboro community. We have a lot of crews out here, the sheriff's office. We have Granville County Emergency Management. We also also have police and fire, and you can see some of these houses here now roped off with crime scene tape. A lot of debris. We have clothes in some of the trees behind this house that we saw, and a lot of vehicles flipped over. So a lot of residents checking on each other. This is a very tight-knit community and trying to make sense of what just came through here. So far, we haven't heard any reports of any injuries, which is pretty incredible given the scenes that we've seen here. Steve, Tisha?
Heather, absolutely magnificent that no one was injured looking at that damage. Are people able to go in their homes and gather any of their things, or are the properties just completely roped off?
Well, right now they are roped off. We haven't actually been able to find anyone who lives in these homes. The woman who lives here is now at her son's house. The house right next door, the blue one, you can see the roof totally ripped off. As far as I know, no one is in there, but we haven't been able to go around the backside. We are told that that homeowner is missing 2 of his dogs. So at this point, it looks like it's just emergency crews checking out the homes, making sure that they are safe, and trying to figure out if anything is salvageable here. But from what we can see, most of these homes look totally destroyed.
Heather, that was confirmed to be on the ground there in Granville County. Also moved on and was confirmed to be a tornado touchdown into Vance County. Are you hearing any reports north of where you are into Vance County of any damage?
Steve, so far we aren't, but you know, just a few minutes ago we had heavy downpour here, and it's funny because the sky was completely black this way, and then we had a beautiful sunset right there across the street behind that dairy farm where those 2 giant silos fell. But yeah, you can see here the clouds starting to move out, but back here behind me, some more of those ominous dark clouds. So again, we're still trying to gather some more information from the crews that are here on the scene. So I'm going to go over and talk to emergency management officials and see if they can tell us anything else about what might have happened here or in Vance County.
I'm sorry, Heather, to interrupt you. We will be checking in with you throughout the evening. Thank you very much.